Ladies, you are invited to join us this week on Wednesday night or Thursday morning as we kick off our Women's Fall Bible Study. You will not want to miss this opportunity to learn principles of biblical exposition. Together, we're going to be walking through instructional videos from Simeon Trust as we learn and apply these principles in 1 Peter. Through this course, I know that it will deepen our love for Jesus and His Word as we gain lifelong Bible study skills that will strengthen our confidence in how we handle and apply God's Word, first to our own hearts, but then also to those precious people that God has placed within our lives. So be sure to sign up in the Welcome Center to join us.
This summer, I had the privilege of going through the Principles of Biblical Exposition study with some of the ladies in our church. And it was such a wonderful study, and it ignited a passion in my heart and in my mind to intently study the Bible with the goal of understanding the original meaning that God intended when the Bible was written. I learned so many different tools. One of the tools that I learned was to use questions to figure out the context of a biblical passage. And we all know from our beloved Dr. Bookman how important it is to read the Bible in the context of the culture that it was written in. And we will see in our study how and why we should follow Dr. Bookman's advice. Another tool that I learned is to read a biblical passage in light of the emphasis of the verses around the passage, as well as in light of the theme of the entire book. And one other thing I learned is that we should always be looking for gospel connections. We want to constantly be pointed to Christ and to the story of redemption. And now that I have learned these and so many other wonderful tools to study the Bible, what am I going to do with them? And one big thing that I want to do with them is that in today's society, we are bombarded with all kinds of information from many different sources, from social media, from books, from devotions, from sermons, podcasts, and so many different other sources. I want to know my Bible so well that I can discern and teach my children to discern and others in my circle of influence to discern what is biblical and what is not.
Well, SMCC ladies, I had the opportunity of going through the Principles of Biblical Exposition with Cinda this summer as well, and I want to invite you to join. It was absolutely life-changing for me. I feel very equipped if I were to be called on to present a devotion or even a message to other ladies, that I have the principles, the tools in my tool bag now to present. But not only that, I feel equipped in my personal study of God's Word to stay on the line. And if you join us this fall, you will understand what is staying on the line. We want to understand God's Word as He wrote it to us. And we went through 1 Peter this summer, and we plan to do that again this fall. And as I gathered and used my tools to understand 1 Peter, and have a proper understanding of the interpretation, the application just jumped off the page. So I implore you to join us this fall, Wednesday or Thursday morning.